everybody, Byte here, and today I'm going to tell you a story about this week. And this video, as you can probably tell by the title, is about probably the worst week of my entire life. And before this video starts, I'd like to say nothing that happened in this week is really that bad. It's just really embarrassing, and I know a lot of worse things that have happened to a lot of people. And so I'd just like to say that so that I don't get like, this is the worst week of your life and stuff. Well, I'm only 12 years old. Not that many bad things have happened to me. I'm really young still, and like I can't drive anywhere, so I haven't been in like a car accident or anything ever because I don't know. I never even leave my house really. I like staying at home just playing video games all day. Besides like school and going to friends' houses. So I haven't really had that many bad things happen to me, I guess. But anyway, this is probably so far the worst week of my entire life. And there's only like one or two good things that have happened to me this week. And one of those two good things is that I got a girlfriend this week, and I really like her. She's probably my favorite girlfriend I've ever had. And I've only dated her for like 4 days, but I really like her. So that's probably the only good thing about this week so far. Anyway, my bad week started on Monday, not Sunday. Sunday is when a week starts. But Monday, I went to school. My first period is science. So I didn't know this, like nobody in my class knew this, I don't think. But we went into this big lab that we usually don't go into. Like we have our little elementary, like I'm still in elementary, I'm almost in high school. But we have like this little classroom where we normally do class. We went to the high school lab, and we were dissecting frogs that day because this is our last year of elementary. So I can look at guts. Like I wasn't that scared by the guts. It's just the frogs, they were in these little bags, and they were just like soaking in alcohol and stuff. So that smell, once she opened the bags, made me really lightheaded because I don't like the smell of like rubbing alcohol. So it just smelled like, the whole classroom smelled terrible. And I'm not the only one who thought this. Like I have a few friends who like almost threw up. But I was really lightheaded and dizzy from the smell, and I hit my face straight into the ground. Like I was sitting on this stool, like this relevantly high stool, and I just fell off of it and hit my face really hard into the ground. And everybody was telling me like I fainted, and they've been laughing at me and making fun of me because I fainted. I did not faint. When I was fully aware of my surroundings, I could see and I could hear everything, so I didn't faint. It just appeared that way. So everybody was making fun of me because I fainted, but I didn't faint. And for the rest of the day, I was just feeling really nauseous and really embarrassed. So yeah, that's how my week started. And on Tuesday, I got my girlfriend, which I really like. She's really nice. And on Wednesday, we had a Christmas play rehearsal, and I was relevantly good at that. I forgot a few of my parts, but no, it wasn't the real play, so I wasn't that embarrassed. And then on Thursday, this is when most of the bad, terrible stuff happened. So first of all, on Thursday, sorry, this is when our actual play was at our school. So I got up on the stage, not the stage, but we were we have an elementary band thing in our school, so that if we want to do band in high school, we don't really have a choice if we want to do this. It's just to see if we want to do band in high school, and if we do band in high school, then we already kind of know how to play instruments. So we were doing that, and we were playing Jingle Bells and Good King. I don't know how to say the other word, but we were doing that at the school program. And I play saxophone, and my reed got jammed, like not jammed, but like before the performance, I was screwing in my reed, and I screwed it too tight, and it would not move. Like it could not make a sound. I was just like blowing air through my saxophone, like it was not making a sound. So it was just so embarrassing. Like whenever it made a sound, it just squeaked really high pitch. So I just sat there pretending to play the saxophone, and like we only have two saxophones in our woodwind, and the woodwinds had a solo. So it was just me and like my cousin, and then the 20 clarinets who didn't know how to play clarinet that well. Like only a couple of clarinet players actually knew how to play clarinet, and then we had two flute players who really didn't know how to play the flute. So you just sat there basically watching them try to play the flute, but they didn't know how. And it was just real embarrassing because all you could hear was my cousin, well, nobody is really that good at playing instruments except for like the trumpets and like the baritones. None of the woodwinds are that amazing at playing instruments. So like, we didn't even have like the extra sounds to make it sound the slightest bit better. So it was just squeaky and stuff. And it was terrible. It was freaking terrible, okay? Let's just put it that way. The woodwinds were terrible. And then I was playing Santa Claus in this play, and I knew all my freaking parts, and I knew when I was supposed to go out on stage. And when I was about to go out on stage, like, it wasn't my part yet, I was in the next scene, and the last scene, not the last scene, almost the last scene, but I was about to go out onto the stage, like, getting ready to go out on stage, because it was almost my scene. And then everybody was just staring at me like, Evan, come on, come on, come on. And we didn't have that many microphones, like we were using wire mics, and I didn't have my wire mic on because I was supposed to trade with somebody from that scene that wasn't in the next scene. So I went out on the stage without a microphone, and I wasn't supposed to be on the stage. I was like, guys, I don't have a microphone, what do I do? They're like, just yell your parts, hopefully they can hear you. And this wasn't a small room. Like we were in a basketball court, like a huge basketball court. So I just sat there yelling my parts, and then like everybody, like they just looked at me like, oh wait, you're not supposed to be out here. So I just ran to the backstage, and I was so freaking embarrassed. Like I felt like I was gonna like throw up because I was so embarrassed, because we had like this gym was packed, and we have like over like, our population of our town is tiny, but like we had people come in from all the towns next to us to watch this play. So I was really embarrassed. I was just sitting there like, oh no, oh no. And then when it was my turn, I went out on stage, and I had a microphone this time, but I was so embarrassed that I wasn't really talking that loud. Like I wasn't murmuring, but I wasn't really talking that loud. So nobody at all could hear me talking. So I just sat there while people stared at me, and I felt so stupid. And as soon as I went back on to behind the scenes, I just sat there so embarrassed, and I didn't want to be there anymore. I just wanted to go home. So when I finally did get to go home, I was so happy. I was really embarrassed, and I didn't even hop onto Xbox Live or anything. I just came home, and I took a shower, and I went to bed. And I didn't feel like going to school the next day, but I'm kind of glad I did. I had a bunch of supportive friends. I did have a few kids tell me that I ruined everything, and like all of our practicing was for nothing, all because of me. So I was still really upset because of that. Like I didn't, like, I'm sure that even if this has never happened to you, if this had happened to you and people were telling you that you ruined everything, then you probably wouldn't be too happy that day. And then not only that, on this day we had like this thing in our art class that we had to do, that we had to finish up, so the other class came in, and my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend sat down next to my girlfriend, and they were talking, and now my girlfriend's mad at everybody, like she won't talk to me anymore. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen there. I'm gonna have to see on Monday. But I'm not sure. This so far has probably been the worst week of my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video. Stay frosty.